everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to episode 153 of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. This week we're going to do just that with this very cool new addition to my gold stack of an Indian head half eagle $5 gold coin. We've also got a few other pre-33 US gold coins to compare it against and generally talk about pre-33 US gold. Before we jump into that though, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who watched and interacted with last week's video on the Britannia Germania allegories round. Very, very well received. One of the most popular In Focus Fridays we've done in recent times. And that did not go unnoticed. The Germania Mint reached out to us to say thank you for that. And also thank you to all of you guys for the feedback that you gave in that video. So thank you for interacting. It really helps our channel and helps build that relationship with the Germania Mint. So hopefully we can bring some more cool things that they're producing to the channel. Last thing before we dive into the gold, I will be giving a sneak peek at the end of today's episode of what we're going to feature next week. They are hot, very, very hot, and you'll know what I mean when you see them, so stick around for a sneak peek. But now let's look at the gold. So this is the new addition to the gold stack. It's an Indian head $5 gold coin, or as it's called, a half eagle. Really, really awesome coin that I've been targeting for a long time, really eyeing it up, looking out there for the best possible place to buy them and best deals to be had on them. But lots of UK bullion dealers that do have these in stock will be selling them for £400 plus or even more now, with gold prices having gone up even more. So there's pretty huge premium for what ultimately is just under a quarter of an ounce of gold. However, a Silver Forum member did put this up for sale as part of a larger batch of gold items that he was looking to sell, and I saw it in there, snuck in nice and early and grabbed it up, and it was a pretty decent price all told. That's one of the things I like to target right now with the gold prices where they are. You know, you get a lot of negativity right now, certainly from myself, about buying brand new pieces of gold, big pieces of gold, like 1 ounce gold coins, because the premiums might be low, but the gold price is really high. So you seem to be paying more. You know, gold seems inflated at the moment. That's my point. However, when you see a premium piece of gold that's being sold at a low premium because the price is high and people just want to cash in, that seems like the logical time to buy them, because the price I paid for this, I'd have been happy to pay for it when gold was £200 an ounce lower. So that, I think, speaks volumes. So here is the opposite side of it, the eagle in all of its glory. Really looks great, and I'm really happy to be able to get it nice close to the camera, because it's a fairly small coin. You know, if you put it in perspective, that's my, you know, on my fingers there. It is not a large coin by any stretch, so it's really nice to be able to get it really close to the camera and have a look at it. There we go, back in focus. So the mint mark is the interesting thing here. This one in the bottom left corner, you can see there are probably a little bit unclear, but it's definitely not an O, unfortunately. If it was an O from the New Orleans Mint, we would be absolutely laughing, because that is the key date, 1909 O. It's in fact a D, so from the Denver Mint, but it would be incredible if the Silver Forum member didn't know that and had let that go for that price. So a 1909 Eagle coin. Now, why did I buy this? I love pre-33 US gold. I've got a number of items in my stack, in my collection of that. I'm a collector, I'm a stacker, I'm all of the above. I'm a history buff, and this coin represents a piece of history. It's over 100 years old, in fact 110 years old exactly, 1909. And it's just really very special to have something like that, you know, that's survived 110 years. It survived 2 world wars. It's gone throughout history to end up here on my table in front of this camera, which I think is awesome. So I'm a big fan of US pre-33 gold, and there are a lot of people who think that its time has come and gone and that it's not really worth investing in. If you can find these at decent premiums, I really think they're an absolute bargain. I really do. And in fact, no more can be said to that than the $5 gold coin, which I picked up from a coin fair all the way back in 2000 and, gosh, it must have been 2017. Very early on in my YouTubing days, and I picked this up for spot plus like 2.5% at a London coin fair. Showed it to Numa Stacker, he looked at it and thought it was pretty cool. We sent it in for grading, and lo and behold, we got an MS62. So really started with that. That was my first pre-33 US gold. This one is approximately the same size, as you can see. It's a bit difficult to see it within the slab there, but that's very cool. And then I've you know, collected a few other pieces as I've gone along. This other $10 gold coin, of course, is the larger size version, so you can see the size difference there between the coins. And that one was picked up from a coin fair as well. So this is the first kind of one, I suppose, which I haven't picked up at a coin fair. But the problem with these is, and I'll tell you, and this is kind of why I decided to jump on it when I did, the problem with these is they're pretty low mintage. They're, you know, in the grand scheme of things, these are pretty rare, not like obscenely rare. There are some mint dates or mintage dates in their run, which is very rare. But generally speaking, these are not that common, certainly over here in the UK anyway. So it was definitely a no-brainer to pick it up. So a little bit of info about these coins and these designs. So it was first minted in 1908, I believe. And it went up to 1929. So 1929 is the last year. However, there was a 13-year hiatus between 1916 and 1929. So the last kind of regular year of mintage was 1916. And then 13 years later, 1929. And 1929 is the ultimate key date because the vast majority, if not the huge majority of them, were melted down after being produced in 1929. So I'm looking at the JM Bullion website. That's one of the places I've done a bit of research today, and they are saying that an extremely fine version of that would be worth $20,000 plus, which is pretty incredible. The other key date in this run is actually a 1909 coin, and sadly it's not the New Orleans mint one. That would be over $6,000 worth in extremely fine condition. So, you know, that's a shame that the Silver Forum member didn't make a mistake. You can see the mint mark down here is obviously a D, sadly not an O. But nevertheless, it's still pretty cool. The 1909 D, however, is the absolute highest mintage of the entire run, which makes sense, I suppose, if it's just being sold at a kind of, it wasn't bullion price, there was a little bit of a premium on it, but it wasn't a huge premium. It makes sense that that's the one that most people are going to see. It's got a mintage of 3,423,000. When you compare that, there's only one other year in the entire run that had more than 1 million, and that was 1911S. All of the other years have, hundreds of thousands, if not less than that. And for some of them, there's a few with like 800,000, 900,000, but there are some with very low mintages, like the 1909 I was talking about, mintage of 34,200. So that is drastically low. So is pre-33 US gold a good buy? Personally, I really enjoy it. I like it. I think it's, it's attractive looking. It's got history behind it. You can get it at a low premium. I really can't see how much wrong you can do with it. I suppose the only issue here for me in terms of these gold coins is capital gains exemption status. They're not capital gains exempt. So if gold was to suddenly skyrocket, not like we've seen, because it hasn't really shot the moon, but if it was to go to £10,000 an ounce, there could be issues there in terms of capital gains, limits and allowances and all of that. And these are not capital gains exempt for us. So there's definitely an issue there. But as I've said in previous videos and rants about capital gains, capital gains is something that you can mitigate quite easily by choosing what to sell when you sell it, and it's not very difficult to overcome unless you've got monstrously large stacks. So this is a very cool pickup and I'm very happy with it. Do let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section. I think it's a fantastic design. I really do like the eagle. I mean, my favourite side is most certainly the eagle's side. It's a really very attractive design. It's incused into the coin. We haven't really mentioned that either. And it's got a reeded edge. I should mention that too. 90% gold. I'm just trying to recap some of the facts which I've no doubt missed out here. I hope you guys understand it's quite difficult to kind of remember everything that you want to say about a particular coin. But the 90%, about 1/4 ounce of gold. Really very cool indeed. Very happy with it. And I'd love to know your opinion. So please do share down below. Guys, don't worry about the fact that I'm holding it with my bare hands. I think this one might well have had a little bit of cleaning and polishing go on it before I received it, because it's very smooth to the touch. It feels like it's been polished. So it's definitely not one that's going to be going in for grading anytime soon. In fact, you can see, I think, some of the kind of scratch marks on it as well. It would definitely come back as a details graded coin. So not too fussed about that. It is just a piece of bullion gold for me that has potential to be a nice little bit of a premium earner in the future. So that is the Indian Head $5 gold coin. Really like it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. So here is now the sneak peek of what we're looking at next week. They are on fire. We've got some burning griffins, some burning unicorns. In fact, we're going to have to zoom out potentially here. Some burning dragons and some burning bulls. These are the burning series, Queen's Beast burning series. I've recently picked these up from PowerCoin. These are a purchase for myself, not a sponsored gift or anything like that. So I want to showcase them for you because I love all things Queen's Beast, and these are something very special indeed. So if you want to see that, next week we will be featuring all 4 of these. They are very, very cool indeed, so definitely one not to miss. If you'd like to see that video and you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed today's video about the pre-33 US gold, make sure you hit that like button. It really does help share things around on social media, and also comment with your thoughts as well. Comments really help everything on the YouTube algorithm side of things. Otherwise, that is all I have to say. For those of you who've been watching all the way to the end, another little treat. I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, so join us in the afternoon, probably about 5 o'clock UK time. I will be giving some social media kind of warning as well, so feel free to drop in and say hello. Otherwise, we've got a cool video on Sunday about some Silver Forum bars. Those are coming along nicely, and we'll be sharing a big update on those in due course. So Sunday is what that is all about. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Have a fantastic weekend. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.